Welcome back to another Destiny Tuesdays. I appreciate everyone coming out. I like to start every video with appreciation. We got the very first video out. Now we got the second video coming. Woo! Feeling good, feeling great. Like the great Reverend Ike taught me how to instill in myself. I like to say this affirmation. I feel rich and elegant. Say that every morning. I promise you, your mornings will start a little bit different. So, today, we want to talk about the second section and segment of Destiny on Purpose, which is destiny and desire, which are really two sides of the same coin. I like to call them your two lucky stones that if you carry with you in your journey, you'll get to go, oh my God, so much faster and quicker. First, you start with desire. Last week, I asked you to sit in a quiet room, write down all the things that make you feel full of joy. All the things that make you full of joy. Some people love to be around kids. Write that down. Some people love to be on the beach. Write that down. Some people I love working out. Write that down. I love helping people. Write those down. Whatever lifestyle. I would love to be in a jet. I would love to travel the world. Whatever it is, write it down. And whatever makes you feel joy. Because those are the things that are calling you. They're literally calling you. That's why you feel so, I used to feel so discouraged and frustrated because I wasn't there. And I felt alone because I wasn't there, because it's calling me and I wanted to go. I just didn't know how. And so this segment is going to show you how to start moving forward. So one, I'd like to just break down some myths a little bit about your destiny and desire. One is most people say destiny is preordained, like it's something that we have no control over. It's what it is. I want to break that myth. There's two sides of you. There's the physical side that you know and you can touch and you can hear. And there's the higher vibrational version of yourself, which I'll talk about a section about vibration, the law of vibration, in another later segment. But just understand that you are constantly vibrating. Everything you do, everything, your words. Like, you ever watch those cartoons, like the one with the banshee voice, they go, ah! And then you see the wah, 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 like those little circles. They're representing vibration. It's all vibration. When you play the music on the keys, it's all vibration. Anyway. So some people believe that there's only one of you, but there's two. There's a higher vibrating you, and there's the physical you. The higher vibrating you is connected to the overall source of the universe. Some people call it God, some people call it Allah, Krishna, whatever you want to call it. I like to call it the source of the universe because it's why we're all here. It's the source of the all existence. But you're connected to that. So that desire that the higher you has is the exact same desire as the little you has, right? So understand that there's two sides of you going after the same thing, but sometimes our physical selves veer off, while our vibrational self is still going. It's still, hey, I'm still on the dream. Where are you going? Why'd you quit? And we do that because we don't realize there's a higher version of ourselves pushing it. That's why you have negative feelings. And we'll go into depth in that in another chapter. But we'll just say for this particular segment that your desire is from the universe. There's no difference. You want it because the universe wants it for you. Oof. Oof. Gem drop. Let me say that again. You want it because the universe wants it for you. Okay? So that's one. So I want to break down that myth that you don't have a choice in your destiny. You always have a choice. But you're always on a path. Either you're off the path or you're on the path. Well, you're always on the path, but either you realize it or you don't. So again, like I talked about the last segment, you have two letters. One that takes you to misery and ones that push you to success. So understand your destiny is a choice. You choose which destiny you go. Misery or success. You find the misery when you veer off from the inner you. And you know it because you feel it. You feel the discord. You feel the angst from it. And you know when you're on the path, when you are aligned with that desire, when you're feeling joyful, blissful, happy. Okay? That's one. So that's how you pursue the destiny. Your desire and your destiny are one. From your desire, you create your destiny. For example, I wanted to be a best-selling author and a motivational speaker. I took that path because that was what the universe wanted for me. And that was even unknowingly I wanted for myself. But once I started aligning myself with it, I started feeling blissfully happy. And now all these doors are opening. So your desire is matched with your destiny. And my destiny before was headed in the wrong direction. That's why I was feeling miserable, angst, anxieties, frustration, depression, because I was so going off the path that was laid out for me. So that's where your destiny and desire comes from. Now, Rich, okay, so if I have this great desire, what do I do? We'll talk about that. Well, through the segments of these videos, you'll see how to actually start taking action item steps. But first, you have to just know what that desire is. I hope last week you wrote it down. If you didn't, please write it down this week, what those desires are. And contemplate it. Sit for 15 minutes. Just think, what do I really want? Ask that question. What would make me blissfully happy? Ask those questions. And I promise you, the answers will start sparking some things in you. So once you have your desire, understand your destiny is created from that desire. And how to start pursuing that destiny is by the choices that you make. The choices that you make every single day will either push you towards that destiny or away from that destiny. Okay? So every single decision that you make on a daily basis, when you have a decision to make, you split. Ask this question: is this getting me closer to my goal or further away from it? Sometimes the answer will be, okay, well, this will get me towards my goal, but it's outlandish. It's crazy. You know, I could go bankrupt. I could lose everything. I could lose it all. And I have a quote that I like to say: if your dreams are not worth risking it all, your dreams are not worth it. It has to be worth risking it all. It has to be something that will push you out of a comfort zone. You know, me, I'm an introvert. Some people don't believe it because, Rich, you're doing videos and you're speaking, you're all over the place. But when I'm home, I'm so quiet, I'm so chill, because that's just who I am. But I push myself out of my comfort zone to do what I'm destined to do. And sometimes it's going to be the thing that pushes you completely out of your comfort zone. Why? It shakes things up. The universe likes to shake things up for you. It's like, hey, don't be mundane. Don't be bland. The universe likes the flow. It likes the spark. It likes the excitement. Do something outside of yourself. And that's when you really know you're pursuing your destiny. If it scares you, that's probably most likely the thing to do. There's a quote I read in the book, Millionaire Real Estate Master, I think, Millionaire Real Estate Investor. Success lives on the other side of fear. So whatever you're afraid of is probably the thing you should be doing. So that desire, don't think it'll never happen, or my desires will never come to fruition, or my desires are just too much for me. Never think that. Think, okay, well, if that's my desire, then that's my destiny. And there's like an example I like to use really quick before I go on what destiny and desire really truly means to me. There is a book, actually, we'll take the video game. In the video game, let's say, game maker, the universe, the source, has already created the game. Okay? You're just putting your quarter in and starting to play. Now, when you're playing in the game, understand the game maker already made the levels, already made all the obstacles. Everything that can happen is already designed and made in forethought. You get to choose how you play the game. You are the avatar. You get to choose how do you want to go up, low, high? Do you want to go down the tunnel? Do you want to get the ring to the bonus level? Whatever. It's your choice how you play the game. Now, the smart people, let's say the kids, right? The kids, you pull out these magazines that show them different ways to beat the level. That's what self-development is. It's just finding those magazines, how do I play this game correctly to win? Most people say, okay, I know this already. No, it helps when you're developing yourself. Also, you have a inner code that kind of tells you where you should go. And that's something we'll talk about in another chapter, how to listen to that inner voice to help you go. And also it helps to listen to positive, motivational things that will get you to that realm. So again, the game's already made. The universe, the source energy already make the game. You're just the avatar within the game to play it. But you get to choose failure or success. And how you do that is how you play the game. And what we're going to talk about in these next segments is how to play the game. Finding the purpose is easy. It's in you. It's easy. That part is easy. It only takes some thought. It only takes some really thinking about your childhood. You know, when you're a child, you know what you were born to do. So what did you love to do as a child that your parents talked you out of, or some adult talked you out of, or society talked you out of? What is it in you that, man, if I could do this, wow, it'd be so much fun and exciting. What is that? I used to dream myself on mics, on stages, holding microphones. I used to be a rapper, right? When I was in high school. But there was always something about being on stage, holding the mic, speaking out to the audience that was powerful within me. And now I do that for a career, and I'm extremely excited and happy about it. So, long story short, make sure that that's what you are pursuing is your life's goal. Now, what we want to do is give you an action step for this week. The action step I would love for you to do this week is create a understanding that you are not separate from the source energy. Okay? That's a little difficult sometimes. But sit down for 15 minutes a day, go to a nice beach, go to a grassy area, go to some nice nature. Sit in nature for a minute and say, am I connected to you? Am I one with this energy? Do I feel separate from this world? And can I connect to it? If you can connect to this world, it's something powerful. And I do it through some meditations, and I do some techniques I'll talk to you about. But I like to sit outside. That's why I used to contemplate. I used to sit and watch a grain of grass. It was an alchemist. He said, if you look at a grain of sand, just sit there and contemplate this grain of sand. Like, how does this thing even exist? How is this thing so small? And why a collective of them, a collective of these little rocks can create this vast dune of sand and desert? Look at a little piece of grass and just contemplate it. How does it grow by itself? Why does my heart beat without me even thinking about it? Why does my inner organs all work to great capabilities without me even putting any thought? Why is it when I'm driving, I could be somewhere completely else, but yet it'll take my other self will take me home, my subconscious, which we'll talk about in the next segment. We'll talk about in future segments. Regardless, if you can find a way to really think about the connection you have with this world, with this universe, it does massive for you. Why? Because you'll start to realize you're not separate from it. All the laws that govern the stars and the moons and the grass and the clouds and the rain and all nature governs you as well. There is no separate. You are a part of nature. So when you understand that you're not separate, and you can understand how the dogs and the cats carry on and everything like that, you realize I have the same capabilities to use the universe to get me exactly what I want. I really appreciate you guys taking your time. I hope this gives you a better understanding of the chapter. I know I go really in depth with it, but just understand you have those two stones. Your desire in you will create the destiny that you were born to have. I really appreciate everyone, and namaste.